Hi YouTube! Welcome to Halloween. It's the start of October. We're going to talk about all things Halloween, decoration, costumes, and today I wanted to talk about wigs. So as you can see, I have my wig collection with me. I mean, only have 6 wigs. I know there's a lot of people out there that have a lot more, and I want to be clear, these are costume wigs we're talking about. I'm not talking about wearing wigs for everyday use. That's a completely different topic that I know nothing about. But for costumes, I've got some experience. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to do before we begin is kind of get my hair up out of the way. And talk with you while I do that, talk with you guys about why I want to share about wigs and stuff. So as Halloween's coming up and we're all thinking of costumes and putting it together and stuff, if it's October and you don't have a costume, you're probably here for help, because I feel like the people who are like me and obsess about Halloween and costumes have it figured out by July at the latest for each year. Doesn't mean I'm done with the costumes by July. It just means by that point I've figured out what I'm going to do. I remember last year I was at Walmart the night before Halloween, just seeing what hadn't sold yet in the decorations, and these 2 college students came down the aisle and they were looking for what they should be for Halloween the next day, and I couldn't help thinking, how do you not know that already? But that's okay. That's why we're here, to help you. I say we, I mean like anyone who does costume Halloween YouTube. We're here for you. We got you. So basically, there's a lot of costumes out there that require different hair than what you might have already. Last year when I did my Nyx costume, which is this teal wig here, I needed the wig and 4 horns, so there are still 4 horns on it. I never took them off because they're just part of it now, especially since I did get that wig professionally styled. So what do you want to look for when you're picking a wig? First off, it really depends on what you're doing with that wig. For a lot of costumes, you'll usually be like at a party or taking your children trick-or-treating or something like that. And that's going to be a costume where people see you all the way around. Now, that's a big part of picking a wig. If you want to be convincing in that costume and look like the character or the creature or whatever that you are dressed up as, you're going to want a quality wig. This was the first wig I bought, and this is my Macarasu Wig. It's actually really similar to how my hair is with henna in it now, but at the time I had mousy brown hair, and so I needed redder, and this is pretty red. I needed the red dark auburn hair with the fringe, longer fringe. I had short fringe at the time, not like crazy short fringe, just like above the eyebrow fringe, but I needed fringe that came down across my nose. And so this is what I got. At the time, it was my first couples cosplay that I really did, when Josh and I were dating, and he introduced me to Steins Gate, and I was so excited that he wanted to cosplay it and stuff, and I was just like, oh, I love costumes, because I'd done costumes in the past, but I hadn't considered them cosplay at that point, just as costumes, as, you know, just throwing together whatever. Like, I'd done a Black Widow where I literally made everything out of duct tape, crayons, and broken water guns, which is fine, and it looked great. But I hadn't really gotten into buying actual like costume merchandise. So if I turn this wig inside out, the awkward moment when your memory card fills up mid-filming. What you can see here are all these horizontal lines going across. This is the back of the wig, this is the front of the wig now. And these horizontal lines are really close together. There's a lot of them. That's what you want to see. Also, this adjuster here, and there's one on this side too. There we go. I can connect that to any of these little loops down here, and that will keep it tight to my head. And then at the top, it's got this kind of lace pattern up here, which is holding even more tighter knit lines. If you look through, you can see all those horizontal lines that go into a circle there, and it's very tight. And what that does is it makes it so as you swish your head, you don't see through it. So if I put this on, and you know what, let me grab a wig cap. Okay, apparently I need new wig caps because I don't know where mine are. Alright, that is not going to stay up very long, but it'll be up long enough for me to get the wig on. So what that means is if I put this on and you look at me from the back, you're not going to see what's going on through the wig there. And yes, I could put it on better. As you saw, I didn't use a wig cap, and it's some of the hairs are tucked under right here. And I didn't tighten it either yet, so. But you can see as I move around, if I pull the hair apart, there's more hair. You're not going to see what's going on underneath right there. The same thing holds true for this Nyx wig. If I grab it and turn it inside out, which is a little harder to do with this one because of the horns on it. Those are technically just clipped on, as you can see the clips coming through. It has the same thing. I think this might even have been the same brand as that one. But it's got the tight knit rows and then the spiral at the front. This wig, like I said earlier, I did have it professionally styled. It has been in a bag, so it needs a little comb out if I were to wear it again. But it's going to go straight back into the bag again, so I'm not going to worry about that. And the styling has held up for over a year at this point, which I'm just actually really surprised. This was the first time I got a wig professionally styled. I took it to a salon. I talked to the stylist there, and she had me send her pictures of the character, and she took it home and worked on it. And then a week later, she called me to let me know it was ready. It took her a week because she was doing it in between other clients, and then also she was researching wig styling at the same time. She did tell me she hadn't had experience with that, but she did excellently. I love how that turned out. This is a $5 wig from Walmart. This is my Gwen wig. You may have seen it on Facefront's channel when we did our meetup there. If I turn my Gwen wig inside out, you're going to notice something right away. It has this like fishnet sort of texture, and you can see the hair doesn't even go all the way to the bottom of this. The hair stops about that high up on the head, in the back, and then the rows that there are very far apart. Now, why would I buy a $5 wig if I know it's such poor quality? The thing is, I knew I was only going to be wearing it on camera, And when I'm wearing a wig on camera, not in person somewhere, I can get away with it being a little cheaper because what I can do is pull all this hair to the front and then adjust it as necessary. Let me aim this up a little. It's a mess. The $5 wigs do tangle a lot easier too. They feel poorer quality, but tuck my hair up in there. I can pull all the hair to the front and then just control what you guys see. If something slips through, I can edit it and refilm or whatever I need to do. There we go. And so theoretically, I mean, I'm not doing the best job right now. Theoretically, I can kind of control what you guys are seeing with this wig. Now, if you're just using a wig for camera stuff and you're not going to be moving around and you're just talking to a camera like what I'm doing now, this is fine. However, that's what it looks like in the back right now. There is no hair basically covering from more than halfway up my head to my neck. I think another instance where this would be fine to wear is if maybe you're not going to a Halloween party, maybe you're not taking kids around, maybe you're sitting in your driveway handing candy out and you're just going to be sitting in the same chair the whole time and no one's going to see behind you. Pull it to the front, just like when you're talking to the camera. Works fine. If you don't really care about keeping the illusion of your costume up, you can also, I think that's also a good excuse to use a $5 wig. So Gwenny here is my cheapy little one. I love her. Let's talk about these wigs. Now this black one here, if I can get it off the candle holder, this is my Neri wig. You'll recognize her from my Neri videos that I have done. They're my D&D, POV, Ginny D response, roleplay. That's a lot of letters. She's also a Walmart $5 wig. Ta-da! Same as the blonde one. I actually bought them the same night. But here's the thing with Neri. Again, I knew I was only going to be wearing her on camera. And I was also going to be painted green and wearing fake ears, which, I mean, I don't know anything about practical magic, but they say if you distract, that it helps. Yeah, my normal hair is just, I'm just going to tuck it in my shirt. And I pulled her into a side pony first off because that's how I drew my D&D, that's how I drew Neri the first time I drew a picture of her. And second off, it just makes it look better to have it somewhat styled. Not professional, of course, it's just a side pony. A messy side pony because she has the flyaways coming down and stuff. But yeah, my Neri wig in those videos, it's a cheap $5 wig. It works again because I'm not moving around a ton in those videos. So yeah. The other thing about $5 wigs is they take up a lot less room because there is there's so much less hair. So it takes up a lot less room storage-wise. But again, if you're going for a very convincing look, a $5 wig will not cut it. You'll want to spend at least $24 on a wig, I would think. This wig is my Ellie wig, and this one, you can see, is a quality wig. However, I got this one secondhand through a Facebook cosplay secondhand group, and I was thrilled. It was advertised as like anime boy, whatever wig, and I was just like, you know what? It's perfect for my gnome character. That's exactly how her hair is, just sort of wild, sticking up all directions and whatnot. I love this wig so much. It makes my head huge. But yeah, it's a quality wig, and I'm actually really, really happy with it. Even though I was only wearing this one on camera, I could see myself dressing up as Ellie Wick to go somewhere. Like, if I had anywhere to go. I don't go to events, but if I did, I could see myself dressing up as Ellie Wick for that, because it is a quality wig as you move it around. I mean, you can see my fingers there, but if my dark hair was underneath it, you would barely notice anything there. So yeah, the last wig that you might have noticed on my table here is this blue one, and I have not worn this one yet. I got this for my next D&D character POV response that I was going to do, and I haven't sewn the arm socks for it. I haven't bought the body paint for it, and I also bought this wig the same night that I bought Neri and Gwen. So you can guess it's a Walmart $5 wig. And that's kind of been the biggest obstacle, because with this character that I want to dress up as, she has short blue curly hair. Her name is Pricier. And I was going to just curl this up, and I even thought about cutting some of it, like at this point, and taking the rest and maybe trying to sew it across another band and hand sew it onto here to add more. But that's just really daunting, so I haven't done that yet. Also, it's so shiny, which, I mean, I guess is fine for an air genasi to have shiny hair. But it's a lot of obstacles for that. I mean, it's great for a mermaid. Should have a blue-haired mermaid character. Except I don't have a group right now because we moved. I love my house. I love my new house. I do. I just miss my friends. Miss being close to family. But yeah, I haven't worn this one yet. And again, I'm pulling all the hair to the front. So the back, once again, big old bald spot. So, are Pricier wigs worth it? That's the question. The answer is, what are you doing in the wig? Are you going to a party? Do you want to keep up the illusion? Do you want to win a contest? Are you going to Comic-Con or some other sort of con? I don't know. I don't go to cons. I wish I did. Basically, I would say the pricier wigs for the most part are worth it. They help you feel more like the character. There are exceptions, and sometimes there are budget constraints, and that's fine. This is my 2 cents. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see the rest of Halloween, subscribe. And I also upload lots of different creative content throughout the rest of the year as well, and I would love you to stick around for that. It's a lot of fun. Don't forget to stay creative. Thanks for watching. Bye. I'm filming a video. Okay. Oh, this may be one of the silliest thumbnails I've ever taken. What should I do with my arms? I don't know what to do.
These are my wigs. Oh, I wish you guys could see the setup here. I've got my tripod shoved into a closet organizer so that it's staring down at me, and my legs are in the closet. Here's the curtain. What am I doing with my